Hi, friends. You are listening to the Wellness Inspired Podcast. I'm your host, Sheri Davidson, and I am here, as always, with my co-host, Finn. And for those that are new to the podcast, Finn is my terrier mix rescue dog. He has been with me since 2012. He's a huge part of my life and practice. In fact, he goes to work with me every single day. And he has a title. It is the Chief Executive Greeter at Element 5 Acupuncture and Wellness. And he does his job very, very well. So I am super excited to share this episode with you. I had a great conversation with Frankie Hickson of Silverleaf Feng Shui. And we talked about Feng Shui. So what is Feng Shui? Feng Shui is the ancient art of arranging buildings, objects, and space in an environment to achieve harmony. Feng Shui is used to bring prosperity and good luck in many areas of life. In this episode, we are going to talk specifically about using Feng Shui for optimal health. So get ready. But first, I want to mention an upcoming episode. I have invited my friend Alma Nelly onto the podcast. Alma was diagnosed with cancer at a young age and lost her leg. Today, she is a triathlete and runner. She is also a longtime advocate for adolescents and young adult cancer survivors through the Young Adult Advisory Council at MD Anderson, as well as she has been an advocate through running and speaking about disabled athletes. It will be inspiring to have her on the podcast to hear her story. It has been a difficult journey, but her resilience to keep going in the face of it all shines bright. So I hope to see you in a couple of weeks. Okay, so a little bit about Frankie before we get started. She is the owner of Silverleaf Feng Shui. And she became a certified practitioner in 2011. And before starting her own consulting business in Feng Shui, she studied the art for many years. The style she practices is Black Sec, B2B, School of Feng Shui, mixed with building biology and a lot of organization. And from 2015 to 2017, she was a board member of the International Feng Shui Guild. The IFSG is a nonprofit that promotes all things Feng Shui. And last but not least, she is a proud mother of two great young adults, and she lives in Austin, Texas, with her two spoiled fur babies. We can relate to the spoiled fur babies, can't we, Finn? All right. Well, let's do this. Let's jump into our conversation with Frankie Hickson, Feng Shui for Health. Hi, Frankie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. I've known you for a few years now, and I was trying to remember how we met. It was before COVID.
It was before COVID. I came in for an acupuncture, and my son did too.
Yeah. That's right.
And then you said, that's funny. I was just looking for a Feng Shui person.
That's so funny. Yeah, I do remember that now. Before, I had this vague thought that maybe it was through a treatment, but I wasn't sure. So anyway, that's how we met.
That's how we met.
Which I'm very thankful. And you did a Feng Shui for Health event before COVID that I thought was really good. But now we're post-COVID.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about Feng Shui for health. As a former interior designer, I love talking about environments and design. Obviously, I am in the health and wellness space, but my love for design is still there. And fortunately for me, environment is a pillar of health, and I get to talk about healthy living environments. Yeah. It all worked out. And I think you know this. When I was getting my master's of acupuncture and oriental medicine, I studied classical Feng Shui in Austin.
Right.
I studied with Joey Yap from Malaysia. Yeah. And it was super interesting, but it was a lot.
It is a lot.
I worked on a few projects and I stopped because it was just a whole nother career. And I felt like if I wanted to do it right, I had to spend the time to continue my education in it. And so I stopped because I had a full plate with Chinese medicine, but still have a great appreciation for it. I think that I still apply the fundamentals.
Exactly.
But I don't go into any kind of depth. I love Feng Shui, and classical Feng Shui is actually older than Chinese medicine, 6,000 years.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was originally for burial sites.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then it kind of moved over into our work.
About the living.
The living space.
How about apply to the living?
What a concept.
Yeah, imagine.
But they thought that where they placed the burial sites would affect the fortune and the good luck of the family that
That's
followed.
right. The heritage.
The heritage. Yeah. I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
Currently, there are different styles of Feng Shui, but they're all rooted in classical Feng Shui.
Yeah.
I think what I'd like to do is just have you tell people a little bit about you and who you are, what you do, your Feng Shui practice, and we'll just go from there.
So, right. Thanks. There are 7, last I counted, types of Feng Shui. I practice B2B, and that is more the Bagua map layover of a floor plan kind of Feng Shui, and not directional. So,
yeah,
I mean, that still applies, but
you might have to tell everybody what the Bagua is.
So the Bagua is a map that we use that's it's really, you're dissecting your floor plan in 9 equal squares, kind of like a tic-tac-toe. And so each square has, represents an area of your life. So relationship, prosperity, health is in the center. And then elements and colors that all, and shapes and directions that all apply, that you can enhance. So if your health is poor, then you could start working on your health center of your home to help improve your health.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So same with any other relationship one as well.
And so that is, so compared to classical feng shui, there's a lot of calculations. There's a lot of measurements that go into
I saw your low pans.
My low pans. Yeah, I have some low pans, which are compasses, but they're not your traditional southwest, east compass. There's a lot more information on there. And that is much more
higher level.
Higher level, but they still use the Bagua map.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So that's super cool. So you take that map and then you place it over someone's house,
right,
or room or office space,
or even a desk. Like if you're just working at a desk, at say your cubicle or whatnot, you can even lay it over your desk and put those elements and pieces and colors in the right spot to help enhance you while you're at work. Yeah,
depending on what you're trying to do too. But I think you said that. Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
And tell us about your practice.
So I they say Feng Shui finds you, and that's basically what happened. So I was just searching for a book on Amazon, and I saw this book, and I'm big on decluttering and organize, and so something in this book caught my eye about that. And I'm like, decluttering helps my health? Interesting. So started reading about it and actually went further and became certified under Karen Roch Cotter. So she's one of, you would consider a master Feng Shui consultant.
Is she here?
She is in Florida, but she goes everywhere. She's all over the map. You name it. She's been in every country. But so she's very high level. But she has a great course. You get certified through her lineage. And then I really just did it for myself, because I wanted the more in depth. Yeah. But then I thought, well, I should be sharing this with other people. And if I can help other people, like it's helped me, because it's helped my family, 1,000-fold.
Yeah. Like how?
So many ways. So down to even, career advancement, to health, obviously, to relationship building. So there's just so many benefits to it. So why not? Why not try it? And that's what I just said, let me try this. Let me put this red blanket here in the fame and reputation section and see what happens. And my husband at the time said, oh, wow, I'm starting to get more respect at work. What's going on? I said, let me try something else. So it's just trial and error kind of thing. And I never would promote anything that I haven't tried myself that
you believe in it.
I believe in it. It's worked for me. So it could work for you, applied the right way, that kind of thing. So,
So that's what inspired you to share your knowledge with the world and with other people, to better their lives. Now, did you have any health any health stuff that was going on that you...
Not at that time, because this was 2004. I got certified in 2011, so it's been a while. But since then, I've been able to mitigate some major... some blood clots that that came out of nowhere. But then looking back, I'm going, I know exactly where that came from. It's part of my house. There's definitely something I keep an eye on, especially as I get older in my family.
Yeah, well, it's such an important piece of, getting older. Like we want our health, we want to age well, and we want to be as vibrant as long as we can. That's right. So I am super into Feng Shui for health. In fact, you did a reading for me, for my place. And then also during the event that you did here, Feng Shui for Health, I know you gave us like some things to take home and play with. I still have all of that.
Oh, good. Good.
And my crystal is still hanging from my fan.
Excellent.
I feel pretty healthy. Yeah. I did come down with a sinus infection, but I think that was more Colorado.
I think that's too part of it is Feng Shui. It's not like it's going to give you a clean slate and everything's going to be super smooth, but it certainly evens out the bumps. Like it makes things smoother. And it definitely gives you foresight to see things coming.
And I know you know this, but in classical Feng Shui, we had to run the batsa on people. And we had to look at their batsa and then look at the house.
That's right.
And there were things that you could say, for people that don't know, the batsa is Chinese astrology. You have 4 pillars and 8 different elements in your chart, and how those interact with each other, and then how that interacts with each year, day, time, all of that. So it gets very detailed. But you can see like things coming.
That's right.
That's when it scared me. I didn't like it.
I can see that. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'm the one that needs to have the power to do this, right? So to warn people, and just have it as a side hustle. So it was like, if I'm going to tell people illness is coming, like,
you want to be all in.
You want to be all in. Right. Yeah. So it's really interesting in how they use all of that. So tell us, you told us a little bit about the Bagua map, but just tell us a little bit about Feng Shui for our listeners. I mean, I talked a little bit about classical Feng Shui. Right.
So for me, it's just really, like we talked about before, your environment, no matter where you're at, a restaurant to here, to your home really can affect you. You wouldn't eat by a dumpster kind of a thing. So it's just taking a really examined look of your environment, from your clutter to, and clutter could be, even dust balls, to the way things are positioned, furniture wise. Of course, any door is where energy comes through. So it's just examining that in your space and then positioning you to combat any ones that, any positions that are, could harm you in the long run.
Yeah. So take us through a case, like if somebody, like for our listeners, when somebody comes to you and they say, I want you to, I want Feng Shui on my home. What's the process that you go through with them?
I usually ask them 3 areas of their life that they want to improve on. So some will say, well, my career is not where I really want it to be, or a relationship or skills and knowledge. I mean, it could be anything. It could be that I just really want everything else to be loosened up so I can travel, things to be smoother kind of thing. So you get all kinds of, but that gives me, insight on what to look for. And if they come in with some ailments, I'll say, okay, if they have something, say the hip, I'll say, well, let's go look in your prosperity corner. If there's something over there, because that governs the hip area, that kind of thing. And it could be, a piece of furniture that the hinge is broken, or which then would, replicate a hip bone, that kind of thing.
That's interesting because, and it's been a while since I've thought about Feng Shui. But that's interesting, like in Chinese medicine, each organ system has an element, and the Bagua has elements.
Right.
And there's 5 element theory where you have water, wood, fire, earth, metal.
Right.
Well, water generates wood.
Right.
Wood generates fire.
Right.
And so on around. And then you have the controlling cycle but I never thought about using that in that way on the bagua until you just said that.
That's interesting. See? Yeah.
So that's
you're talking about the constructive and destructive cycles. So,
correct.
Right. So fire feeds earth, that kind of thing. And so if you're an earth element person, everyone has a major that's primary, then, and you feel like you're pretty stagnant or just not moving because, earth is very, think of a mountain kind of a thing. Add some fire, which means add a candle, you don't even have to light it. Just add a candle to a certain area and that will lift that.
Interesting.
Move that earth element.
Yeah. So my Batsa, my Daymaster is wood. So I'm yin wood.
Okay.
And for the listeners, there's two. So there's yin and yang. Yin is the more supple and the darkness and feminine. Mm-hmm. So I'm yin wood. So I'm like a vine. But the other elements in my chart have a lot of water. So I'm almost like a vine floating in the water.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting because I have
water feeds
wood, but it's almost too much water where it's waterlogged.
And you have to mitigate that. Right?
Yes. And so, and I have some metal and I have less fire and earth. So fire and earth is really important for me
you to add in.
And
remove some water elements, which would be our black shirts.
And I love black.
I know. But, when you get overwhelmed with too much, like you said, like if this whole room was all black, then you would start to melt kind of a thing because it's just affecting you stronger than it would someone else that it feeds. Yeah.
What wasn't black? Isn't that blue and black? Isn't that water?
Blue is an earth element. It's for skills and knowledge. It's
interesting.
In Feng Shui, black is the color for water. But,
yeah, and my chosen field of acupuncture is very fire. So, which is good.
That is good.
And the podcast is really good for me because it's also fire because of the outreach that it has.
Exactly.
So, which is really good for me.
Energy from it. So that's good. That feeds you.
I love it.
And it keeps you moving, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of good health too, right? We got to keep moving. We can't be stagnant.
Yeah. No. I talk about that a lot on the podcast because movement is such a big component of our health. Yes. Stagnation, whether it's in your environment.
Right.
Nobody wants to drink stagnant water.
Nope.
And it also happens in your body well. And stress is the main contributor to stagnation in the body.
We kind of shut down, right?
Yeah. And we shut down, everything gets tense and tight. And so I do a lot of, we say relieving liver chi stagnation.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
In the clinic. So,
and I call it decluttering because usually the stagnant is that closet that you just don't want to open the door to, or it's sometimes even a bedroom. And it's like, wow, like your bedroom is sacred. Like no one else should be in there. No other activity should be happening. And so it needs to be top notch because that's where your cells regenerate and you recharge. It's like I always say like it's a recharge for your body, but different.
Yeah.
Charging station. But
I like it.
Yeah. So having stagnant things in there, clutter, books piled up, whatever it is. And we tend to if I can shut the door, no one sees it. Sometimes I even go into a home and their guest room is immaculate. It's gorgeous. Like it's just out of a magazine. And then you go to their room and it's like, it's like,
oh, not even their closet, their room.
No, the whole room is like, and you don't even have a headboard, and that's major for that support. You need that strong headboard.
I don't have a headboard. She's like, she just slapped the table. She's like, girl, what are you doing?
Put that on your list.
You haven't been to my house yet.
I have not. Headboards are huge because, again, you're in your bed, hopefully 8 hours at least, and that having a headboard and a solid one, not metal, not a bunch of holes, ornateness, but having a solid headboard, preferably wood, is that support, and you got that backing.
Yeah.
If you have that, you need that solid wall behind you for that same reason. It's called the command position for that reason, because you can see the door, the window, whatever, that you are in control. And so if you don't feel in control, you don't feel like you're getting support. Put these things in place, and
it's interesting.
Be like,
I need to do that.
Start shopping.
Well, I have a platform bed. Through the years, I have said I'm going to get a headboard because I like them, because I think you're right. There's just this sense of support. It's like backing your house up to a mountain.
Exactly.
You know, there's like the stability that's there. And with my water, I can be a little not emotionally unstable. I'm a very stable person.
You're very stable.
But my water can be very
dramatic.
Yeah. So it's nice that I like, that's why I think I love the mountains so much.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's that water.
Yep.
Yeah. Because when I'm at the ocean, I don't have the same attraction. I love it. I think it's beautiful, but I don't have the same feeling.
No, for sure.
Than when I'm in the mountains. When I, like in Durango, I was just surrounded by them, and I just...
You soaked it in.
I soaked it in every single.
Did some forest bathing.
I did. I did a trail run. I did about 7 hours of forest bathing.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So it's healing for me, but a lot of people, the ocean's healing for
exactly. My sister, she loves the ocean, but I'm more on the mountain. I prefer that, but I'm a wood element as well, primary, and so I know the importance of water. It's just not.
Yeah. Have you done your Batsa chart?
No, I haven't.
Oh, we should do your Batsa chart. We should do it before
you remember how?
Oh, yeah. You can get online and print them.
Okay.
Yeah. So we should do that. We should see what you probably know what you said your wood? Mm-hmm. Is that your...
Based on my Kua number, which is based on your gender and your birthday.
Oh, interesting.
So it gives you like your primary element, your colors that are best for you.
And what did you call it?
Favorite number. Kua.
Kua?
K-U-A.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah. So I have been, I'm a forever student for sure. Although I practice B2B, I do study compass in classical, because there's just, I just want to get more knowledgeable in it, have more information for my customers.
It gets so deep and so complex.
Yes.
Like,
but it's so interesting.
It really is interesting. It really is. I thought that it would be a good marriage with my acupuncture and design, but it was just too much.
Yeah. Time consuming. Yeah.
Very. So, So, and you are part of the Feng Shui Guild. So tell us about that.
Right. So the International Feng Shui Guild is, couldn't tell you how long it's been around, but it's been around forever. So those that practice are members, become members of it. Tons of information on the site. It's ifsguild.com or .org. I'll verify.
Yeah, verify, and I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, but it has tons of information. So what's really cool is you can go in and search for a consultant for your area, and they'll give you a list of those people, and then it'll give you some bio information, and then of course if they have other links to their socials and whatnot. But it does have classes. We just learned, I was just on one of their classes about, now I do, it's not Chinese face reading, it's more forensic. So the shape of your nose versus the shape of your ear, that kind of thing. But this one was more on, so the liver area, you're on your eye, that kind of thing. So it's that kind of information, as well as even feng shui in your business kind of thing. And so they have tons of and decades of information on there, and they're international. So they're going to be we have people across
all over the world.
Yeah.
Was there anything special that you guys did, or something that came out due to COVID? Was there any? I know whenever the pandemic hit and we were in lockdown, there was a lot of movement going on in my industry, especially with herbs. So I'm just curious if anything was happening in the feng shui world in reaction to COVID.
Right. I think, well, obviously we all went virtual.
Yeah.
But then I think, it was a focus on protecting, which is a big piece of feng shui. Like when we know when things are coming, that's a form of protection. as well as health. So we wanted to protect our families and our health.
And so what were some of the things that you were doing?
Yeah, it was a lot of the same. It's just reiterating, like, because it's not, Feng Shui is not a one and done kind of thing. You could, you know, because life changes, you get a new couch and you get, you know, you change homes, right? So you've always need to re-examine your environment, right? And do that decluttering, that purging of anything that's not serving your purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I did not do any Feng Shui during, I was too busy thinking and listening about herbs.
Right?
Yeah. There was a lot going on it was in Chinese medicine. And partly because it was very similar to SARS. And they treated SARS with Chinese medicine, with herbs. So there was a lot of talk about how in treatment of COVID, what could be done, although we were not allowed to tell people we could treat COVID.
Sure.
And I would not want to do that.
Sure.
But it was just interesting to learn as everything was happening. So I was very engaged in the news, and I was very engaged, and I'm sure most people were, like, what the new science that was coming out. And then, it was a very, very interesting time for Chinese medicine. I feel, even though we weren't really practicing it, but now we are very, well, I don't know if I would say accomplished, because it hasn't been that long. We're seeing a lot of people, like a lot of long haulers, and we're treating a lot of them effectively. So that's been good. But do not come to me if you have COVID.
No,
please do not. No,
please don't.
I'm just learning about it. That's it. Just an interest.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting, and that's, I think, fascinating about medicine. It's always evolving, and as we are, right?
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about Chinese medicine, and it's been around for so long.
Oh yeah.
And the way we diagnose in patterns, and that just never goes out of style.
No,
that never changes.
That's right.
Right. So that's the beauty of it, and I think that's how it's withstood the test of time. You know,
I think Feng Shui as well. It's like you're looking for, you know, why is this always happening to this one person? Well, let's see. Your environment's affecting something. So it's the same thing. It's just re-examining, really kind of just looking at something very, very basically.
Yeah. Over and over and over again. Yeah. I like it. Let's talk a little bit about health.
So, first of all, I would just start with the clutter, see where that takes you.
It's amazing when you clean up a space, when you declutter a space, it just, you can breathe.
You automatically feel that energy rush. Right? So, and that, you can just tackle a small area. It's up to you, 15 minutes, you can time yourself, and, have 3 boxes, toss, keep, and donate. And then you start to build that muscle, and then you can keep going with that.
Yeah.
The other thing I would think was you start with your bedroom, because that's you're closest to it. So get that in shape, get that headboard. But
I'm on it.
Make sure your bed is not in the path of the door. That energy is very negative and can affect your health.
So the other thing I heard, and I don't know if this is true, that you shouldn't be able to see your feet from the door. Is that in line?
Exactly that.
Okay.
Right. So if you're laying in your bed and you can someone else stand at your door, make sure that path just does not cross any part of your bed. So, and sometimes it's difficult to do. But to get it on your bed, your headboard, the head of your bed on a solid wall is also that command position, that strong. And you are talking a lot about weaknesses and strengths in Feng Shui, and you want that stronger, right? Because the weakness, when that breaks down cells, and you start to get sick. So you want to keep all your positions in a strong position. So like now, I have
is that not strong?
Right. Like I would prefer, because I keep looking on the camera to see what's behind me, right? Because it's making me on edge. I'm used to having a solid wall behind me at all times, because then I'm in control, and I can see things coming. I can anticipate. I can adjust.
And for our listeners, the way I have the table set up and the room set up, And where Frankie is sitting, she has her back to double doors wide open and a glass
and all
wall.
Glass. It seems like nothing, but I have nothing. I have no support. Like I could just fall back and have nothing would catch me.
Well, and I think the more like for the average person, they might not be able to sense those types of sensations.
Right.
But once you become mindful and aware of them,
right,
you do pay attention.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. Is we don't tap into our body enough. Like you could probably feel the anxiety of it. You're just not paying attention.
Because there's so many friends that when we go to a restaurant, they will pick the chair where they're facing out, and they know nothing about Feng Shui.
No, but they do.
Yeah.
They just don't know it.
Yeah. I see it all the time.
That's usually what I say to the people that are, I don't know, that's hopping. Yeah, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. And so what do you not believe in? And I said, but you do it all already. And I'll do a restaurant reference, and they're like, huh, tell me more.
Your life is in your hands. But what happens when you lose control? Those bad habits start to creep in and your mind becomes restless. Well, it's time to get back in the driving seat and be the master of your own destiny. At Element 5 Acupuncture and Wellness, we are here with you every step of the way. Our wellness coaching helps you make sustainable changes that will transform your life. Whether that's losing weight, improving sleep, or coping with stress, you'll be part of a client-centered partnership that will help you reach your goals. All the healing, support, guidance, and encouragement you could ever need. So what are you waiting for? Get motivated and thrive with Element 5 Acupuncture and Wellness. Well, I was going to ask you, and we can go back to the health and the things that you can do, but I wanted to ask you about the most common misconceptions that you get about Feng Shui.
Yeah. Usually it's that it's a religion, and it's not. It's just a practice that's, like you said, 6,000 years old. It's rooted in China, but it has obviously spilled into other countries. Thankfully, because it is beneficial. And it's really nothing voodoo-ish or anything. It's
a science. It's an art and a science.
It is a science. It is cultural. There's just... It's really it's a no-brainer, really. You start applying things, and you're like, that's not scary. That's not weird. It's just simple. It's not like you have to have Chinese emblems everywhere and food dogs at the door kind of thing. Right. You can do it in other ways, and it can be hidden even. Yeah. And no one else would know that you're practicing. So I have a lot in my house that are hidden.
Really?
So.
Like what?
All kinds of things. So I actually have in my entryway, I have a picture of horses that are running, because that's my career section. I want to keep that in a good trot, right? Yeah. So that's hidden behind a mirror that I have in there. So, because I just didn't have the artwork. Yeah. That kind of thing. So there's plenty, if you're wanting more fame and reputation, that's the red colors, flames, triangles. So you can, cut triangles out of red construction paper and tape them behind whatever area that is. Yeah. Behind a couch, behind a picture, behind a shelf.
Is that the middle section? Like the
middle back.
The middle back.
For my study. Yeah. BTB. Yeah. So it's the middle back. It's the fame and reputation. So there's very subtle ways to do it, and like the health one we did, I gave y'all a square, yellow felt square, and so
it's under my bed
because square is the element or the shape for that for the center of the house, and yellow is that primary color for that. So and I just thought the felt was kind of cool because it's just nice and soft, because you want your health to be nice and
supple and soft and not rigid and hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All your senses play into. So things are, you want, like in your bedroom, you want things calm, like a cave, dark when you sleep, nice and cold. Yeah. That kind of thing.
Very yin.
Very yin. So no treadmills.
And you know how many people have treadmills?
So many. I walk into them all the time. Yeah. I'm like, where are you running to? While you're sleeping. Shouldn't be. Yeah. Right. Of course, TVs are a big thing, but they're part of it, but they're really not necessary. You have a TV in another room. Yeah. You don't need it in your bedroom. You need that wireless area, really.
Yeah. And, there's sleep hygiene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've done a podcast on that yet, but I will, because our sleep is so important.
So important.
And it is how we recover. And a lot of people,
I think Americans we don't pride ourselves.
We do.
On how much not great sleep we get. I mean, people just don't get enough hours.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they're boastful about it.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
Yeah. Whoever came up with the saying, you can sleep when you're dead. I just think they're just dumb.
So dumb.
So stupid.
So dumb. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Because we need it. And I think we are sleeping, 2 hours less than what we used to from, 100 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And
we're doing more.
And we're doing, yeah.
And no wonder we're breaking down.
Yeah, exactly. And they did a study, it's one of the biggest studies on daylight savings time.
I'm on it. I know.
It's
so unnecessary.
They find more suicides,
heart attacks.
Yep.
Strokes.
With in that 1 hour that we lose.
Isn't that?
It's insane.
And what for? What do we need it for?
So sleep does affect you. And one of the things I think is really amazing is there's something called the smart home. So I'm really curious about that because every room's hooked up. How many electronics can you have in your room?
Right.
And I saw, and it was so amazing what was happening in that space that it had so much appeal to it.
Sure.
But it does make you stop and think, right?
It does.
The drapes were automated.
Right.
The lights were automated.
Right.
There was a sound system that played nature music to help you relax.
Right.
But you have
then hooked up to the TV that's massive in the room.
And it's it's very overwhelming and incredible at the same time.
Sure.
But I'm just curious how that will affect our health in the long term.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, our bodies are such great conductors of electricity and waves and energy. So you put that in a room, you close the door, and you got all that swirling around at you. No wonder you're not getting to the deep sleep that you need.
Yeah.
That really regenerates your cells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Like in my bedroom, I have lamps on my nightstands, but I unplug them from the wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not even plugged into the wall.
So you just do them for more of a design?
Yeah, I'll plug them in to use them, but when I want to. But when I'm sleeping, I want things
you want it
off. Yeah,
you want it all off,
right? Even when we first moved into this home, setting up the Wi-Fi and stuff, he was checking each room to see the bandwidth, connectivity, and he said, you don't get great reception in your bedroom. I said, awesome, because I don't want any in there.
Oh, that's funny. Well, now you have this confirmation that you are sleeping in a free space
EMF,
of
EMF.
Yeah. I was trying to remember the name.
Yeah, electromagnetic frequencies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so let's get. You were telling us some tips and things that people could do for their health. Was there? And then I interrupt you with some. It's okay. Another question.
I think another one is big that I think we don't do enough is plants, and that's live plants. Yeah,
biophilic design.
Yes. I mean, talk about it's free oxygen and it removes the bad stuff, toxins from your cleaning supplies to carbon dioxide. I mean, it's just they're just so beneficial. Plus, they liven any space.
So many benefits.
So many benefits. And if we are so removed from nature, like we talk about, we love the mountains, man, we soak it up. But, we're in boxes all day, we hardly get outside much. To get the sun on your shoulders and your head it doesn't happen, especially when we get 3-digit temperatures here.
And it's been hot.
So why not bring it in?
Yeah.
And plus our homes are getting better sealed with AC, we're trying to keep the temperature cool.
Yeah.
So we need that plants, what plants can give us. So I would just, start small, try. It's okay if you fail. Lowe's will take them back if you kill them. So
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So
I didn't know that.
You could try one and see how it goes. And the only thing I wouldn't put one in your bedroom. They're a little too yang for the bedroom.
Yeah.
Too energized because it is a live breathing thing. But anywhere else, really, you can't go wrong with a plant.
I have so many plants.
Me too.
I
love them.
I do too. And that's one of the reasons I love this space.
The arboretum.
Yeah, because I have an all glass window that just overlooks everything. And of course I have it's so peaceful. Yeah. And then I have a huge tree, and
that's great.
Which this transforms into a treatment room when it's not a podcast.
I remember.
And then I have some flowers in the other space. I think they're poppies. But I typically always have some fresh cut flowers in the house along with, because I love the beauty of the colors. They don't cost much. They don't, and they give back so much. And I talk about biophilic design a lot. In fact, my last episode was with Kimberly, and she's a commercial interior designer. And we talked about biophilic design. And I had another friend who's an interior designer, landscaper, Jackie, come on, and we talked about more biophilic design residential. So it's an ongoing discussion here. So I'm a huge promoter of that. So yes, buy plants.
Yes.
And
you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. And if you're in Houston, reach out, because I've got a list of places you can go.
Good.
Okay. So another question I wanted to ask you, because I know I came up against this when I was practicing Feng Shui in Austin. Sometimes the solutions are not what people expect to see in their space, or they are not design savvy. Do you get that?
I do. Yeah.
So what do you tell people? Because, sometimes there might be a beautiful, let's take my space, for example, right? There's this beautiful glass wall that overlooks this green space.
Right.
And if you come in and say, you got to turn your back to that, because your best face for what you want in your life, you're best to be facing the opposite direction. So I put my back up against that. And then it's like, but no, I'm supposed to be looking at the view, right?
Right.
So what do you...
Right. I always come at it from let's put you in the strongest position possible and try it for 6 weeks. Just try it and see how you feel with it.
Yeah.
And then we'll adjust afterwards if it doesn't fit you. Yeah. But if you don't see results in 6 weeks, you usually see something sooner than that. But there is always a give and take. You could try this. There's different options for sure.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Just try it, and if it doesn't work, you can change it back.
What does it hurt? Right.
But if you find that you just got some huge promotion, you might want to leave it.
You might want to say, "Hey, it worked. You were right." No.
That's fun. Yeah. I came across that a lot, even in my own. I mean, I did interior design, and so sometimes it didn't make sense to do things with the design and what was happening in the space, and so I had that conflict myself.
Yeah. So you can understand.
Yeah. So I do get that. But I do just try it, because it's kind of like the cost benefit analysis, right? Like if it's benefiting you, then it's good. It's worth the cost.
Boy, for sure. And there's also, and when I do a home, it's the whole home typically. And so it's, if you want to focus on this area versus that and let that one go. But, usually they try one and then it just, okay, I'll keep going. Yeah.
And just keep going. Yeah. So the bagua, this is a little bit way off, not subject, but what we were just talking about. The bagua, when you place it over your, say, room, let's say house.
Okay.
The front door. I always get confused by the front door.
Yes.
So I live in an old 1930s apartment. So I have a front door and a back door.
Okay.
But I always use the back door. Is that my front door?
What is the architecturally designed front door?
So
is the front door. So that is your front door.
So here's the other confusing part is that it's 2 stories and it's a small complex. Each unit has 4 units.
Okay.
So there's a main door that goes to these 4 units.
Okay.
So you open that door and I am right to the right.
Okay.
And then there's someone's to the left and then somebody's above me and somebody's above the neighbor across the way.
Then you have a door to your
But
space.
then I have a door to my space.
So that is your front door.
So that's my front door.
That is your front door.
Not the front door.
Nope. not the building's front door, but your front door.
My front door.
I would take just your area.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could get, I was doing the whole building, different story, but doing just your space, then yeah. And so for my study, B2B, we align the front door with the bagua. So it's going to be, that's how we place it versus classical or compass. You're going to place it based on direction. Yeah. So I maybe, because I've been confused about my space. So I do things as if my front door was the main door. Okay.
Or my front door.
Okay.
So maybe I'm confusing my space.
Sounds like it. Because that sounds like, the front door to the building is a general area, like more than one people. It's not just yours.
So my love and relationships is my bathroom.
Oh.
And my cat. The litter used to be in that corner, the very far corner. No wonder I had so many shits. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say either that or very pissy relationships.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I need to remedy this.
There's always something that can be done. But yeah. It's tough when you have an exit area, like an output area going into what you want to feed. You want to feed relationships, right? You want to build and foster them. Yeah. But it's tough.
And is that, what color is that?
Pink is the main one, but it's reds and whites as well.
And it's black.
So lots of water. And it's an earth element. Mm-hmm. So you want, terracotta.
Interesting.
Earth, you know what I mean? Earth elements that you can take to lift up. It's already got a lot of water because it's a bathroom.
It's a bathroom.
So I would, the black is not good. It's too much water.
Yeah.
Just like what you were saying.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because it's black and white.
Yeah.
It has the black and white tile. Super cute. 1930s. Very Art Deco.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. Super, super cute. But it is black and white.
Yeah. And that's why we also don't recommend any kind of seascape type
like blue
decor. Like, don't put your seashell shower curtain in a water area because it's too much. It's already overloaded with all the pipes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe make some changes.
Yeah. And those are simple. Like, you can take away, shower curtain, rugs, whatever. Those are simple.
Those are all white.
Cheaper things to do.
What's white?
So white is good. So white, pinks, and reds are good for the relationship.
Oh,
so
okay.
Just tone down the blacks.
Yeah. Put some terracotta in there.
And then get some earth elements. Squares.
And my cat, he was 17, but he passed away, so I don't have the litter box in there anymore. Okay. So that's good.
That is good.
That was the far. I was like the corner.
Oh, man. It's tough.
But that's okay. So now, thanks for that clarity, because now I can be more confident about where each section is. Yeah. And so tell people what all the different sections are.
So we have prosperity is at the back left, if you're doing tic-tac-toe square over your floor plan. The center back is fame and reputation. Relationship is far right. And then it's creativity and children. So, you could focus there if you're wanting kids kind of thing. But then if you're wanting to focus on creativity, you also amplify that for that. Skills, helpful people travel is the bottom right. And then it's the career section in the bottom center. Then skills and knowledge, and then the family section. And then, of course, in the middle is health.
Yeah.
Yep. And each section has, besides the element, the color, the shapes, it also is regulated by a person of the house. So the head of the house is usually the helpful people travel section. So the woman of the house would be the top left in the relationship corner. So again, those are clues. So if there's any issues, those are places that
you can
just by the conversation, I try not to give them any kind of tool or, I don't want to put anything in their mouth. I let them tell me what they're looking to, because it'll bubble up in some way or form. And I'm like, oh, okay, we need to go to that part of your house.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, that's my, catch-all room. Really? Do you feel suffocated? Because you walk in and there's no room to walk.
Yeah. And are they like, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the word I would use. Or they'll say the word. They'll say suffocated. And I was like, let's go see what's in there. Kind of thing. So, yeah. Interesting. Really fascinating.
Yeah, it is, especially when you can go analyze the space and see how that is reflecting in someone's life.
And they'll say it. They'll say the words, and it's very literal. Feng Shui is very literal. Yeah. So if you just peel away any other kind of opinions or anything, you're like, oh, I see it. I see it now, kind of thing.
What's your best case? What's your best story?
I get people from oh, you've helped me in so many ways. I can't pinpoint one, or we were headed to divorce, or I got that job I was finally working so hard to get, kind of thing, and things are finally moving with my career, kind of thing. Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't think anyone's ever done a study on this, and but I think it'd be really cool if somebody could.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how many times treatments, I'll see somebody for a while, and then all of a sudden their whole life starts to change. I've had people in here.
It's a shift. It's just they took a small step, but then it starts. To build.
And then that shift just is. I mean, I've seen people get out of bad relationships. I've seen people leave toxic jobs.
Yep.
I've seen people move to places they've always wanted to live, and is it the acupuncture? I don't know, but
it's part of it. Yeah.
I've seen it happen so much that. I have to believe
it has to be,
that the acupuncture and herbs played a part in that, because it works on so many different levels. And like we were talking before, when you relieve that stagnation, all kinds of things fall into place.
Imagine, everything starts to roll along, right? We're not stuck and not thinking there's a way out, but there is. There's always a way out.
Yeah.
There's always areas to improve on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the environment and how you can change your environment to change your life. And one thing I don't know if Feng Shui thinks about, or if there is a school that thinks about it, but there's obviously the environment now, right? And the toxicity of our environment.
Yes.
And I know we were talking before the podcast, and I told you I had read an article on Chinese medicine and how it's a holistic medicine, but we don't really stop to think about how our culture is making us sick collectively, right? So when you think about the environment collectively and what's happening in the environment,
sadly,
yeah. So what are your thoughts?
Right. It's the same thing. We all can play a part. Yeah. My daughter just graduated with she's an environmental scientist. So I've learned a ton from her. We really need to step up our game if we want to continue on this big blue marble.
Yeah.
We can't take a bag of trash and throw it in our garbage can for the guy to pick it up to take to a landfill and not think about what that impact is, or running our ACs all the time and, working for an oil and gas company. It's difficult, but we still need that fossil fuel at this time until we get better at these other types of new energies, which they're doing. Big companies are taking steps. But
it takes time.
It takes time. It takes a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. When I think about that, I just think about how
we have to be more conscious.
We have to be more conscious and mindful. And I try and do what I can do, but from my understanding, it's more it really lies on the big companies, right?
They're going to make the biggest impact.
They're going to make the biggest impact.
And it shouldn't be just us. I mean, they're the biggest culprits. They should have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. But we can do little things like recycling, right? Composting, whatever. Even thinking about like, should I have takeout? Because then it makes sure that material is recyclable.
Yeah.
Right? Or if you're at a restaurant, don't eat where you have to take food home, kind of thing. But
interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. That's a good
little
point.
Things, right? No, I don't need a straw because that's not recyclable.
Yeah. Well, Kimberly she is a commercial designer, and one of her missions is sustainability. And so it was interesting talking to her because she's also into fashion. So she talked about circular fashion.
Yes, my daughter does too.
Really?
Yes.
Or, when, and I'm an interior designer, or I used to do interior design, but I never thought about when you tear something down, the impact that trash has.
That's right.
So it was really cool to talk to her to become more mindful of those things, right? And we, Houston's notorious for tearing everything down, but I still love it.
I know.
Still love.
We still need the refreshes for sure, but we have to be mindful of.
Yeah.
Can we tear it down, or can we sell it to someone that can reuse it, or can we use it somewhere else? Kind of thing.
Be more thoughtful of that.
More mindful.
Yeah. So, because I love nature and the planet. It's so beautiful.
I know.
Don't trash it.
I like for it to stick around for a little while longer.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Do you have any other tips?
So the other thing I was going to mention was, like we talked about the energy of the room and the doors coming through. So if you feel like you're drained all the time, I would pay attention to maybe that energy. Is it, there's, lots of homes that when you open the door, the first thing you see is out.
Yeah.
There's either a door or a big window, and you go straight out. And so that means like your eye follows that. So your energy is going straight out the door. So you need to have something in the line of sight that's going to distract your eye and that energy to just meander into your home and stick around. We don't want it to. Same with the stairs right at the door. It was very common. You still see
very
that.
common.
The energy comes in and goes straight back out the door, kind of thing. So you just want things positioned, either plants or a nice table or artwork, something light, something that catches that eye to make things want to come in and stick around. And that's what you want. You want that energy you want it to come in. To make sure there's no blockage, right? Yeah. Make sure it can get in freely. The door opens wide.
Yeah. It's not obstructed.
Nothing obstructed. Nothing behind it. But then you want it to stick around a little bit. And
so that's the meandering.
That meandering with that nice even flow.
Yeah. And, in design, we talk a lot about that type of, we're talking in design terms, but if you think in an energetic terms, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Right. You want a view here to block this and like pull the eye or the energy over to this way.
Right.
Big believer in that as well. Yeah. If you just think of a person walking through your space, like what does that look like?
What does that look like? Yeah.
And how does that person move through that space? Yeah.
And it's not only just it's energy, but it's not just your energy. It's like energy that's coming to you in the form of opportunities. Yeah. Right? That kind of thing, or wealth. You want to make sure that is flowing and continuous, not stagnant. Yeah. Again,
stagnation is a
cause of a bad one.
It's the root cause of a lot of stuff.
It really does.
We have chosen to live that kind of lifestyles.
I know.
But hopefully, we're waking up and becoming more aware of the impact that it has on our health and well-being.
Right. And it just takes one baby step, just one step, and then you'll see the difference, and you'll love it, and you'll keep going.
Yeah. So you're still practicing?
Yes.
Okay. One more question. What do people ask you most about Feng Shui? What are some frequently asked questions? And what are the answers?
Yeah. It's usually, is it a religion type of thing? Yeah. And like, no. And it's like, can you just give me a definition of it? And I said, it's just really your environment and how you have things placed that can either hurt you or help you. And repositioning things. And they're like, Oh, okay.
But most of the people that come to you, they already have some kind of knowledge.
They typically
right?
have some kind of, and they're interested kind of thing. Like, how can this help me? Kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do people get in touch with you?
So they can email me or call or text. So my email is silverleaffengshui@gmail.com. My number 832-458-4224. But also if you wanted to search me on the Guild, you can also Google, of course, but the ifsguild.org will
IFS Guild. Mm-hmm. Okay. So International
Feng Shui Guild.
Okay.
I'm also in that directory there, so you can search other consultants.
Okay.
So
are you on social media?
I have Instagram. Okay. I'm bigger on Instagram than I don't even remember if I still have Facebook or not. But
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm findable.
Okay. Well, I'll put all of that in the show notes, so people want to click from there. They can do that. Anything else?
Not that's coming to mind.
No.
But thank you for this. This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for coming, and you'll have to come back.
Definitely. Anytime.
Sometime. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, thank you. And
till next time.
Till next time. All right. Bye.
Thanks.
Okay, what did you guys think? I really enjoyed the conversation with Frankie. It sounds like I have some work to do, like getting a headboard, adding some earth elements to my bathroom. And after our conversation, I went home and realized that I was also guilty of having bikes hanging on my wall in my bedroom. I've got some work to do. So if you're ready, here are a few recap tips to get you started. The first thing you can do to get started is declutter your space. Clutter can block the flow of energy, so get rid of anything that you don't need. Second, make sure your furniture is arranged in a way that allows you to move freely around the room. Feng Shui is all about creating good qi, and that means creating a space that supports your activities and movements. And 3, bring in some plants. You guys know I love biophilic design, so it doesn't surprise me that this came up on this podcast. So bring in the plants. Not only do plants add beauty to your home, but Frankie says they also help purify the air and connect you to the healing power of nature. And the number one benefit is stress reduction, among many others, but that's the number one. Plants help lower cortisol, which is our stress hormone. So bring the outdoors in. Well, there you go. By following these simple tips, you can start to use Feng Shui to create optimal health. Well, I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did, and I look forward to hanging out with you next time. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast and share with your family and friends. You can also give me a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast. It helps other people find me as well. To get updates on new episodes and wellness inspiration in your inbox, please join the Wellness Inspired community. Go to wellnessinspiredpodcast.com to sign up. I'll put the link in the show notes so you can click and join. Also, there is a Facebook community at The Wellness Inspired, and you can follow me on Instagram at wellness_inspired. If you're in the Houston area or visiting and interested in acupuncture, herbal medicine, cupping, or dry needling, please contact us. You can find out more on our website at element5om.com. That's element5, the number 5, om.com. And again, I'll put the link in the show notes. If you're interested in health and wellness coaching, we can connect in the clinic or on Zoom. Reach out to us and we'll get you on the schedule. And as always, I would love to hear your feedback. I am dedicated to bringing you great content that is inspiring and informative with an artsy, fun, and edgy spin. Thank you so much for listening. We'll meet here again next time. And remember, never stop exploring, learning, loving, and being you. Bye.